What's going on, you guys? So Devin Haney comes out and says that Tank Davis should throw his WBA regular title in the trash. Tank Davis is known in boxing as the WBA regular champion, 135-pound regular champion. I mean, Tank Davis has been collecting a lot of those regular titles for a majority of his career. Devin Haney comes out, the now undisputed champion, comes out and says for him to throw him in the trash. I got this article I seen on the internet from Boxing News 24. And normally I don't read these guys' articles, but this guy right here, he really had to throw some shade on Devin Haney before we get to what he exactly had to say about Gervonta Tank Davis. But yeah, check it out. This guy says this: boxing fans don't rate fighters by how many titles they own. They just don't. Fans rate fighters on perceived ability, and they ignore the world title belts because many of the champions rose to their position with the help of clever matchmaking by their wily promoters, not based on them being the best. And yeah, some dudes in the sport of boxing got into position from having a really good promoter, right? Got them a good promoter, put them in position. They get the right fights, they fight the right guys, they fight the right matchups, right? But Devin Haney is a guy who's been really standing in the middle of the street looking for any and everybody. And Devin Haney is a guy who fought who was really willing to fight him, right? Then he says, although undisputed 135-pound champion, Haney would like to be viewed as the number one guy at lightweight by the boxing world. He's not. He's basically a paper champion holding 4 titles after defeating the weak 3-belt IBF, WBA, WBO champ Kambosos. Wow. What a way to throw some shade. I mean, I'm not sure if you should be writing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have like a website and you got these editors and all these people, and this is really opinionated. You know, when you want to do some opinionated shit, you come to YouTube when you want to hear some more opinionated. I mean, I guess this is what they do on the regular internet now too, huh? Very biased. I mean, he says he's basically a paper champion holding 4 belts after defeating the weak 3-belt champ. I mean, I wonder who he thought was the man then. Right? I wonder who this guy thought was the man. Then he says this: Haney got his WBC title when the World Boxing Council elevated him to that position without fighting anybody. But see, Devin Haney couldn't get the fights. He left out the part where guys like Ryan Garcia and all these guys are supposed to fight him. You know, he left out all that stuff, right? Got Lomachenko, got the franchise tag put on him. So they gave Devin Haney that regular title to, you know, to smother the flames a little bit, right? Yeah, let's talk about what really happened. You know what I'm saying? See, people go on the internet and search boxing. They go there and they see shit like this, and they really believe this shit from these guys because these guys got this well written out article here. You know what I'm saying? This is a bunch of fucking nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Tell the reason why he got emailed a championship title. You know what I'm saying? In other words, Haney was emailed the WBC belt rather than winning it inside the ring against a real life person. Wow. And then we get to what Devin Haney had to say about Tank Davis. So after dude threw a whole bunch of shade on Devin, now we get to Devin and his quotes. And Devin says on Maxim Boxing, he says, that's a fight that I'm interested in, and that's a fight that I can get up for. I wouldn't mind doing next. When asked about defending against Vasily Lomachenko. But see, I heard that Devin more recently said that he's looking to go up to 140 if he don't rematch Kambosos. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe those sanction fees are hitting hard, right? I seen something where the sanction fees is pretty significant, man. It's not nice being an undisputed champion. You got to be a guy that got a lot of money behind you and a lot of money to be the champion. It's crazy that you got to pay fees just to be the champion to hold their title. It's just really, I really don't get it. Then it says, you're now the champion at this is Max Kellerman. It says you're now the champion at 135. The champion. There's only one, said Max Kellerman to Haney. You got to say it. Undisputed. I need to hear. Undisputed, said Haney. Undisputed, that's the right word for you because there's no dispute, said Kellerman. He says, I'm not the champion. I am undisputed champion, said Haney. And then Max says, Tank has the WBA regular belt, right? He says, throw it in the trash can. Once you're the man, it's easy to say that. He says, that's another fight I wouldn't mind doing next that I could get up for. And it would be another test for me. I can't say which is the bigger test. One is a puncher and the other is a technician. So we'll have to see how the styles align, Haney said when asked which of the two was a tougher fight between him and Vasily Lomachenko. So Devin Haney is looking to fight Tank Davis or Lomachenko. Then he says, if anyone wants to do anything in the lightweight division, it all goes through me. This is the position that I always wanted to be in. And if you want to be the guy in the lightweight division, you got to go through me. And that's right. And then now on Shakur Stevenson, because, this is also another fight that people are going to be talking about. And he says this, I think he's a great fighter, a good friend of mine as well. And eventually we're on a collision course. And when that time presents itself, we'll meet up. So, yeah, that's what Devin the Dream Haney said, right, about what's next for him. Shakur Stevenson fight is probably somewhat down the line for him. Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko is guys that he has on his radars right now. Now, I heard that he's looking to move up to 140 if he can't get Kambosos' rematch. I'm not quite sure how true that is, but based off the Vasily Lomachenko, we don't know if Lomachenko's coming back right now. We don't know if Lomachenko's going to need a tune-up. It's going to be some spots of inactivity for Lomachenko. So, yeah, we don't know about that. And Tank Davis, we don't know if they're going to put Tank in there with Devin Haney. I mean, Leonard Ellaby, he don't tend to say things that people really want to hear. We're not sure if Tank Davis is going to really sign with Mayweather Promotions again. We're not sure what Tank Davis is going to do. Is he going to be a free agent working directly with Showtime? We don't know what Tank Davis is going to do, but Devin Haney seems interesting. If Tank Davis wants to have a chance if he really wants to fulfill this strap season thing he's been talking, then you got to go after Devin Haney. And that's just what that is. But yeah, man, the dude that wrote the article he really had to throw some shade on him, didn't he? He really had to throw some shade. He didn't tell people why Devin Haney was emailed the championship title. He didn't tell people why, and that's just bad journalism, in my opinion. If you want to hear some opinionated shit, you come over here on Bushido Boxing or some of these other guys on YouTube. But yeah, Devin the Dream Haney tells Tank Davis to throw that belt in the trash can, man. And if you want to be a real champion, you got to see me. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.